What is going on, everybody? We have a breaking story coming out of Cincinnati, Ohio that happened Friday night, Saturday night, I believe it was, at a jazz festival that happened in Cincinnati where it seems like chaos, yeah, where
a simple dispute between two individuals turned into
yeah,
a very disturbing, and
yeah,
we're hesitant to show the actual footage, trying to just keep it to the stills because it's quite alarming to see the chaos that resulted when a group of individuals decided to attack one or two individuals. And needless to say, a lot of people got injured.
well, a few people got injured anyway.
A
Yeah,
few people got injured, yeah.
pretty much what happened. I don't know. From what I can tell, it looks like there was some sort of confrontation. A group of what they're calling them is young scholars. A bunch of young scholars decided to surround these people, and pretty much this is why I would say, depending on your skin color, you should probably stay away from jazz festivals. Multiple white people were attacked at a jazz festival this weekend in Cincinnati, and media is refusing to cover it. And that's another reason we're covering it, because this woman, obviously,
This
she
is
looks
the aftermath of
the
one
aftermath of this
individual. Yeah.
situation. Obviously, you can see a couple of people are getting jumped in the street right here. And I was waiting to cover this for a little bit. Oh, that look. I'm gonna say that. No, he's fine. Yeah, but we can't really show the video. We have a couple of them here. Here's a guy here who pretty much went down pretty quickly by somebody coming up behind and hitting him in the back of the head.
A lot of surprise attacks that ended up with a couple people becoming unconscious.
So they're trying to pretty much the city of Cincinnati is trying to get a hold of pretty much what's going on. They have charged 5 people following pressure from Assistant AG Harmeet DeHillen, I don't know who that is, over the violent brawl at the Cincinnati Jazz Festival. Personally, I don't think you should need pressure from the Assistant AG to charge people who are brawling in the streets, who obviously are jumping people, who obviously are not behaving in a very civilized way. But
I think that's definitely an issue that it took pressure from the Attorney General to get.
I think that's a huge issue. And now it's actually, this story is getting mainstream attention, but the big thing of it was that all throughout the weekend, and maybe it's because it was the weekend news cycle, but I guarantee you CNN, MSNBC will not report on this story because it is a bunch of young scholars jumping a bunch of white people. So I guarantee it's going to get the coverage that it would. If the situation was reversed, all I'm going to say, this is not to be biased. This is literally just the way it is. Yeah, this would be nationwide news. Nationwide news. Everybody would be running this story constantly. But because it's just a group of young scholars, that's not happening. But yeah, let's hear from the police chief here in Cincinnati, Ohio.
At this time, we have victims and suspects identified.
That's good.
And we have charged 5 people in this offense. I'm not going to release that information to you. I will say, if individuals were down there and participated in this event, it would be in their best interest to come turn themselves in at one of our police districts.
I doubt that's going to happen.
We have 5 we have charged.
Yeah, I'm not going to hold my breath.
And anticipate more. Let me be clear. Anyone who put their hands on another individual during this incident in an attempt to cause harm will face consequences. I don't care which side of the incident or the fight they were on.
I don't know if I would classify what I saw as a fight per se. It looks like a jumping or a beating. It doesn't really look to me like a fight. Fights are normally, in my understanding or in my experience, kind of one-on-one situations. Maybe 2-on-2 or something like that. It's not like a 7-on-1 situation. I don't think that can be classified as a fight, but that's just me. So I'm playing semantics.
If they place their hands on somebody in an attempt to cause harm, that is unacceptable. This is still an open investigation, and all potential charges are being investigated for everyone involved. all
I mean, clearly, a large group
investigative
of people attacked
A much smaller group of
three.
people.
Yeah, a large group of people attacked 3 or 4 people, including men and women.
Yep.
So I just I don't get how it was a fight.
Well, because
Because the
it's
3 or 4
it's.
people from the footage, I never saw them even try to defend themselves. Shoot, their defense was curling a ball on the
Oh, I think the
ground.
first guy did, but I think he got taken down. There were too many people around him. Yeah, you can't
Yeah,
defend yourself from all sides like that.
tools
yeah.
and techniques are on the table, including were some of these individuals overserved at some local establishments. It is clear to
Oh,
us that alcohol
that's what you're gonna like. Oh my god, come on, yo. Really?
That's the main focus. Come
This
on.
is this is pure cap. It's pure cap. We're gonna go after the vendors who served alcohol
Yeah.
at a music festival.
It's clear they're the ones that are caused this
Because
issue,
they should have
they
known that the
overserve
people they were serving couldn't control themselves. Oh, dude, I hate. Oh my god.
played a part, a significant
Gotta
part.
play the
in this
narrative.
incident.
You're literally just giving these people an excuse to why they attack
Yeah.
somebody. It doesn't matter if you're intoxicated or not. You can't go around trying to drop people.
Yeah.
Oof.
I want to thank every citizen who has come forward and provided us with information. Some of those tips have led to the charges being signed. However, for us to have 100 or so people down there involved in and or watching this event, recording with their cell phones, and for us to get only one phone call of this incident is
Wow.
unacceptable in this city.
I know why that is.
I mean, that honestly, I didn't know that statistic, and that's
I know why that is.
disgusting.
I know exactly why
Wow.
that is. I'm not gonna say it because I don't need to.
Well, I mean, almost every single video I saw about it, they said world star. I'll leave you to interpret that.
Well, that's why I pulled this up. Just picture
Yeah.
Scott Adams here. Just picture Scott Adams. You go to a jazz festival, you're just asking for it at this point. Scott Adams didn't actually say this, but he's right. He's been right probably all his life, but he's been right since 2023. JD Vance actually weighed in on this situation, which is interesting. Then I don't actually know how this actually got all the way up to the vice president, because obviously this seems like a city matter, but let's hear what the VP
he's
has
in
to say.
Ohio. I think that's probably why.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, he is from Ohio, so maybe that's why.
Group of people who attacked a couple folks on the street in Cincinnati. Senator Bernie Moreno, some others have spoken out about it, have been critical of it.
Okay, yes. So what I saw, and I haven't seen the full context, but what I saw is a mob of lawless thugs beating up on an innocent person.
They're called scholars.
And it's disgusting, and I hope every single one of those people who engage in violence is prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
I highly doubt that's going to happen.
And they will be.
Well, 5 of them so far, but all of them I doubt.
You think they're going to go to jail? They're not going to go to jail. There's no. I'd bet
I
money
don't know,
against them
man.
going to jail.
Will be so long as
They're not gonna
law
go to jail.
enforcement in the state of Ohio takes their job seriously. I know Dave Yost cares a lot about these things, but yeah,
We'll see.
I actually, you're right. Bernie did send me a clip of this, and we talked a little bit about it. I don't know the full context. I don't know how the fight started, but the one part that I saw that was really gruesome is you had a grown man who sucker punched a middle-aged woman. And where I come from, at least, when you have a grown man who sucker punches a middle-aged woman, that person ought to go to jail for a very long time. And frankly, he's lucky there weren't some better people around, because they would have handled it themselves. But if they're not going to handle it, the cops in Cincinnati, the law enforcement, you've got to prosecute people. We've had
Yeah, we'll see.
too much lawlessness on the streets of great American cities.
Yeah, and whose fault is that, you think?
Yeah, I hate to have the argument of what was the worst part about it, but that honestly, to me, that was the worst part when one of those young scholars sucker punched that female that was just standing there, was not fighting, was not throwing any punches, slapping anybody, pulling any hair. She was just standing there trying to help the gentleman that was on the ground.
No,
and,
I mean, the whole thing is absolutely ridiculous. None of that needed to happen.
yeah.
And I don't want to hear.
Like, to me, that was like the absolute worst part. Like, wow.
I mean,
Really?
Like, you know what? I don't like the police commissioner coming out and making excuses. Oh, it could be alcohol.
Yeah. Oh, it's alcohol related. Not. Who cares what was
I
involved?
mean, it's a jazz
These
festival.
people
Maybe they
are
were
in control of their own actions. Come on now.
Maybe they were smoking a lot of bud. I mean, it's a jazz festival. It doesn't matter. It's like none of it matters. It's like, just control yourself. Like,
How many of you all have wanted to go to downtown Akron or downtown Canton or downtown Columbus for a meal, but
No.
you're worried because the local
No.
authorities in these big cities have allowed lawlessness to run wild. We have got to make great American cities safe again for families and children. If you want to take your wife or your children out for a meal, you shouldn't be worried about street violence. And the only way to destroy that street violence is to take the thugs who engage in that violence and throw their asses in prison.
Yeah, we'll see if that happens. It
He's
is a
not wrong, but
no, it's a listen.
put your money where your mouth is. Actually make these people face the consequences of their actions.
I saw a very
I don't think it's that hard ask.
I saw a very interesting thing, and this is a little off topic, but from the Prime Minister, I believe, of Poland, and he can just walk out on the street with no security, no bodyguards, and just go about his business because that's how safe Poland is. But on the other hand, I doubt Keir Starmer or even Donald Trump could do something like that because hey, we're
No
not
way.
that safe. Like,
Yeah, and it's sad. Yeah,
it is sad. Yeah, and this is obviously white couple was brutally beaten in a jazz
Absolutely
festival by young scholars in Cincinnati yesterday. It's being investigated as a hate crime. Well, we know that won't happen either. It's not a hate crime.
Yeah.
Hate crimes only go one way in this country. I don't think there's ever been anybody.
ridiculous.
So, following and this is I pulled this up because Hindustan Times is the only news article up until today that has actually reported on this at all. Nobody else has covered
That's
it.
telling in itself right there. Yeah, like we reported
Like I
earlier.
said,
Like that's
this would
so
be
telling.
if this was a group of white people who jumped a couple black people, this would be national news. And then we're going to be like, "Oh, that's very racist." It's like, no, that literally is just the way
That's
it
the
is.
facts.
It's
Yeah,
just the
that's
way
the
it is.
fact.
It's just how our media works. Following a
I don't know
viral
why
event.
it's bullshit, but yeah.
Well, I know why, but it's because you got to push a narrative, and that's why people should not trust the media. Stop watching the news; it's not good for you. Following the viral violent incident in Cincinnati, Ohio, leaders, including Cecil Thomas, criticized the bystander response and called for police intervention. A violent fight that was caught on camera early Saturday morning in Cincinnati. And listen, you know what? I don't even know if I blame the bystanders. Do I want to jump in and risk my own life? Like, is this something I want to deal with when I want to just go out and have a night of fun? It's really not. You have a civic duty to do it? Maybe. You should, but it's like I don't think it's not something that people want to deal with.
Though, if you try to interject yourself in that, odds are you would get surprise
Oh
attacked.
yeah, somebody would
just
attack
like
me from
everyone
behind.
else.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's what people know.
That's the problem. Yeah. No matter if you have good intentions or not to try and end the assault, you would be assaulted most likely.
Let's see. A violent fight that was caught on camera early Saturday morning in Cincinnati near the junction of 4th Street and Elm Street has gone viral. Eliciting responses from both local and national political heavyweights. Well, that's only because J.D. Vance was aware of it today, because I haven't heard anybody talk about it since then. An unnamed witness stated that the
You just
altercation
happened to be in the area, basically. That's all.
Commenced a few minutes prior to the incident captured on camera. A man who appeared to be inebriated, as per the witness, was captured on camera. Again, that doesn't matter. Don't go out in public. Don't drink if you can't control your liquor. Don't go out in public if you can't act right. I'm sick of these excuses. The man left, but he came back around 50 minutes later with a group of others who were heard hurling racist remarks. Oh, racist remarks. Yeah, of course. And listen, maybe that's true. That could be true. And that's not right to do. Nobody should be racist. But I don't know if that translates to beating people down in the street. You got to have a little more emotional maturity, not to hear a word and just fly off the handle. And you shouldn't be drunk and going around saying racist things either. Everybody, can we just all grow up? Can everybody be a little better?
Seriously.
The witness further claimed that the situation worsened as punches were exchanged, which I only saw one side throwing punches, but I guess we're missing some context.
No.
Social media users have responded to two videos on X. One depicts a man who seems to be having difficulty standing up while being struck and kicked by several others. In the second video, a woman can be seen getting assaulted, falling on the ground and hitting her head on the concrete. And I guarantee you this, I don't know, maybe this woman did incite it. I have no idea. Maybe she was I don't know.
Yeah. She was the aggressor.
Maybe.
Totally.
Listen, I don't really care to cover this anymore. It's like, everyone's got their own opinion on this. No, I don't think there is an opinion on this. Keep your hands to yourself.
Is it really opinion? Yeah, exactly. Everyone involved should have been more emotionally mature, physically mature, just everything. Like, handle yourself more appropriately
I
when you're
just-
in society.
I just think you should stay away from jazz festivals, personally. Stay away from jazz festivals.
Can't we all just get along? I mean, I just don't get it. We definitely don't have to act this way. You make a choice to act this way.
Well, I think until there's equal representation in the media, until there's no longer a bias that goes on, until there's not a narrative that's being pushed. Because, listen, if all I know, I don't know who started the fight. From the context I've seen, it looks like this guy who's on the ground here got jumped. But maybe he did provoke the attack. That's possible. But all I know for a fact is if this was the situation was reversed, this would be on. You would never hear the end of this story. There'd be riots in the streets. For this, nobody cares.
And same thing, if the guy did provoke it, per se, okay? Does that mean the woman that was with him deserved to get knocked out and punched in the face by a man? Again, I make it make sense to me. Even if one action happened, does that give reason for the other actions to happen? No.
From the video, which obviously we didn't show, but it looks like it kind of erupts into total chaos pretty fast, which,
Yeah.
you know, when it's a pack mentality, it can, but we're going to leave it there.
And then it's just sucker punch after sucker punch after sucker punch, kick him while he's down, kick him while he's down. He's in a fetal position down. He is not defending himself whatsoever, and the punches and kicks kept coming.
Pretty much. You want to? Yeah, I think we'll leave it there, though. We'll follow up on this story. We'll see what happens. What I imagine is this is going to, because it's been gaining a lot of traction on X.
I would definitely like to see some prosecution for sure.
People on X are sharing. Well, this story will quietly go away in a week. Nobody will remember it. It'll be out of the cultural zeitgeist. It'll be out of everyone's memories.
What do you mean?
Because we all
nothing ever gets swept under the rug. Epstein files.
we all got the brain of goldfish. You know, we can only our brains have all been fried by TikTok and shorts and reels and all that. But all right, we'll leave it there. Leave a like on the video. Comment down below. What do you think should happen to these suspects? Anybody involved?
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll leave it there. Catch you in the next one.
Yep. See you later.